Hey, my name is Emil, and you landed on World Unmuted, where I cover news that I find interesting but also important to share and talk about. In other news, on May 16th, Russia and Ukraine held their first direct peace talks in Istanbul. The meeting lasted under 2 hours and resulted in an agreement to exchange 1,000 prisoners from each side and to explore terms of a ceasefire. Russian delegation head Vladimir Medinsky called the talks productive. Ukraine requested a leaders' summit, which Russia said it would consider. The talks took place at the Dolmabahce Palace with Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan and Intelligence Chief Ibrahim Kalin in attendance. Russia views the talks as a continuation of the 2022 peace process. Delegations also held consultations with Turkish and US representatives before the meeting. On the night of May 16th, explosions were heard in Kyiv, where air defense systems were activated, according to the mayor Vitaly Klitschko. The air raid alert in the capital lasted about 10 minutes before being lifted. At the same time, 3 rounds of explosions occurred in the city of Krypovnitsky in Kirovohrad region. Local media also reported sightings of 8 drones near the city. Air raid alerts were active in Kyiv, Kirovohrad, Poltava, and Cherkasy regions. Russian strikes on Ukrainian infrastructure have continued since October 2022, officially targeting energy, military, and communication facilities. In other news, on the night of May 17th, Israeli aircraft struck over 150 targets in Gaza. According to Gaza's civil defense agency, at least 100 people were killed. The main strikes hit northern Gaza, Beit Lahia, the Jabalia refugee camp, and the Ar-Ribat college building. Attacks were also reported in the center of south of the territory. The Israeli army stated it targeted militant positions, armed depots, and anti-tank crews. Eyewitnesses reported that the strikes began around midnight, causing panic among civilians. Since March 18th, about 2,900 people have been killed in Gaza, with the total number of casualties exceeding 53,000, according to Palestinian sources. The escalation has divided Israeli society. Some hostage families accuse the government of inaction, while others demand greater military pressure on Hamas. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump, concluding a regional tour, said the US intends to address the hunger in Gaza and turn the area into a zone of freedom. Hamas responded, "Gaza is not for sale," and demanded the resumption of humanitarian aid. In other news, Rodion Miroshnik, a special envoy of Russia's foreign ministry, stated that Ukrainian soldiers captured in Kursk region claimed they have received orders to kill Russian-speaking civilians. He said he personally verified these testimonies during meetings with the prisoners. Miroshnik accused Western media and politicians of ignoring such alleged crimes by Ukrainian nationalists, which he claims are sanctioned by Kyiv's leadership. He also pointed to the increasing number of attacks on Belgorod region amid statements from Vladimir Zelensky about seeking peace. Miroshnik called such statements insincere. According to Belgorod's governor, 16 people were injured in a drone attack on May 14th. On the night of May 16th, Russian air defenses claimed to have downed 65 Ukrainian drones over Crimea, Belgorod, and the Black Sea. In other news, Ukraine's Ministry of Defense reported that the country lost approximately $770 million due to failed or substandard arms deliveries. The losses were caused by deals with unknown intermediaries, inflated prices, and corruption. Some companies claim they were victim of internal Ukrainian disputes. Dozens of contracts are currently under investigation. In other news, according to Russian lawmaker Viktor Vodolatsky, Ukrainian forces are holding positions in the city of Chasiv Yar and using civilians hiding in basements as cover. He noted intense street fighting and alleged that Ukrainian tactics remain unchanged despite the launch of peace talks in Istanbul. Russian forces are reportedly evacuating civilians from the area under fire. Chasiv Yar is a key Ukrainian defensive position in Donetsk, fortified since 2017. Russian military analysts report the deployment of additional forces to the area. In other news, former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett warned that Israel is rapidly losing strategic influence in the Middle East. He criticized the Netanyahu government for inaction as regional rivals grow stronger. Bennett cited Qatar's arms deals with the US, Turkey acquiring F 35 jets, Syria shedding sanctions without concessions, and Saudi Arabia's nuclear development. He also claimed Trump's visit to the region worsened Israel's position, contributing to diplomatic shifts that left Israel sidelined. In other news, on May 16th, Ukraine lost an F-16 fighter jet during a combat mission. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, communication with the aircraft was lost at around 3:30 in the morning. The jet reportedly struck 3 targets before encountering a technical malfunction while engaging a fourth. The pilot diverted the aircraft away from residential areas and successfully ejected. A rescue team quickly located and evacuated him. The cause of the incident is under investigation. And lastly, countries of the European Political Community, EPC, are considering a full trade embargo against Russia, according to Politico. The proposal is being discussed ahead of the 6th EPC summit on May 17th in Tirana, Albania. Other measures include new tariffs on Russian exports. Key topics at the summit will include security, Ukraine, economic cooperation, and migration. The EPC, created in 2022 in the initiative of French President Emmanuel Macron, includes 47 countries, EU members, and neighbors, such as the UK, Turkey, Ukraine, and others. Russia and Belarus are not part of the group. A new EU sanctions package is expected on May 20th. And that was it for today, folks. Thank you for dropping in, and of course, I do ask for your full support in helping this channel grow by dropping a like, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and of course, subscribing to the channel. This was Emil. I'll catch you on the flippity flip.